Hello, hello. Welcome to the live stream. Okay, so something I observed. Here, let me get this on a more level surface. Maybe. There we go. I think. Yeah, so since I've noticed my microphone has not been connecting, try as I might to get it to go, it hasn't been doing that. So we're just going to go with my laptop audio. I know we're slightly crooked, but that's going to be okay. So yeah, we're just going to go with my laptop audio, and yeah, we're going to see how this goes. My name's Aubrey. Welcome to our Tuesday night Power Flow class. So tonight's, I feel like we're going to experiment just with how the flow looks and feels. I have a couple ideas in mind, but I don't really, with tonight specifically, I feel like it will start to show up as I start getting into my own practice here on the mat with you. So we'll basically be co-creating this flow together. Welcome to those of you who are tuning in live or who are watching the replay. The tilt is going to drive me crazy, so I'm attempting to get it fixed. I think that's the best we're going to get right now. So thank you for joining. We're going to go ahead and start lying on our backs in Shavasana. Go for it. Take yourself down to the floor. Lay down. And I promise this is just what I felt like starting with tonight. We won't be here for the whole class. I'm sure that would be a really awesome practice, but this is just a chance to feel what it's like to breathe intentionally lying on your back here. So take a few deep breaths in and out. And then start to activate your Shavasana pose as if you were in mountain. So take your feet on 12 o'clock, stretch your toes out and start activating your legs. Squeeze your leg muscles to the bones. Hug your belly in tight. And then draw your arms up and over your head. So you're in extended mountain, but you're lying on your back. So create some activation through your entire body right here. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, squeeze into a little ball. And we'll do that a couple more times. Inhale, reach up and out. Try to keep your core engaged. Exhale, squeeze to center, curl up. Inhale, lengthen your body nice and long. Exhale, give your knees a hug. Take a few rocks and rolls up and down. And meet in downward facing dog. In down dog, anchor down through your fingertips, through your toe tips. And again, be conscious of your breathing right now. That's the signal that I'm getting, is just a lot more breath focus right now. On your breath in, rise your heels up high. On your exhale, bend your knees, walk your hands back to your feet, and take a ragdoll pose. Let your body soften. Please feel free to bend your knees. Let your head fully relax. Let go of your elbows. Take a halfway lift. Inhale. Forward fold, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold over. Breathe in, halfway lift. Walk forward, plank pose as you exhale. Inhale, walk your feet to the top of your mat. Forward fold at the top, breathe out. Oh, it is totally a breath practice tonight, you guys. On your inhale, take a mountain pose. Reach up and out. Exhale, press your hands together. Take them down to your heart. And let's get ready for one Om together. First, exhale your air. Take a deep breath in. All right, let's start to really connect breath to movement. Let's begin in mountain with an inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Forward fold, breathe out. So you're really just feeling the inhales and exhales. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, bow down. One more time, halfway lift. Draw your shoulder blades in. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Inhale, lean forward past your wrists. Exhale, push back, plank. Two more. Inhale, lean. Exhale, push. Last time. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, bend your elbows. You can always take your knees down if you need to. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we'll pause here for a few rounds of breath. The style of breath we do in this power flow style of class is called Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi is victorious breathing. So essentially you're creating some energy, you're building some heat, you are celebrating life with this breath. And the idea is to keep your mouth closed the whole time until you start to feel overheated. If you do get a little too hot, you can always open your mouth to exhale, but in general, you keep that energy when you keep your mouth closed, just breathing deeply in and out through your nose. So let's keep going with that breath. Exhale now. Inhale, lift up to your toes. Exhale, sink your heels back down. Let's do it again. Inhale, toes to the mat, heels up. Exhale, heels back down. Inhale, raise up to your tippy toes. This time, bend your knees. Jump or step to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank pose, step back. Inhale, come forward to your tippy toes. Exhale, chaturanga, bend your elbows. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Stay and breathe. So more notes about your Ujjayi breath here. While you keep your mouth closed, you want to also constrict your throat just a little bit. So it's almost like you're trying to fog up a mirror, except your lips are sealed. So part of that is just to make sure, it's your check-in to see, am I doing that Ujjayi breath? If you can hear yourself breathing and it doesn't feel too pant-like, then you know you're doing it right. Let's keep going. Inhale, come up to your tippy toes. Exhale, sink your heels back. One more round. Inhale, toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Walk or jump to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders in. Exhale, let your head drop. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, reach your chest forward, halfway lift. This time right to the chaturanga. Take your low push-up as you exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's go again right away. Lift your heels. Push your air out. Bend your knees. Make your way to the top. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, extended mountain. You can lean back if it feels good. Breathe out, fold over. Halfway lift. Inhale deeply. Travel to the mat, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press your air out, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees. Walk your hands back to your feet. Take a deep forward fold at the back of your mat. As you breathe in, take chair pose. So let's go back again, forward folds. So bend your knees until your fingertips touch the floor with your chest pressing forward. This is the depth of your chair pose. So keep your hips nice and low, then you reach your arms up. This is your chair. Stay here. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold down. We're gonna flow that with breath. Hips down low, inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. One more, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. One exhale to walk forward, plank. Inhale, shift forward. Chaturanga, exhale. Breathe in for your upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, press your air out. Inhale, step forward with your right foot, warrior one. And we'll settle in for a couple breaths right here. So if you feel a little anxiety coming up by focusing on breath, please know that breathing deeply and controlled in yoga, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of practice. So really that's my invitation for this class right now, is to focus less on alignment, because I trust you right now. Focus more on the breathing aspect. So if you have to take your warrior one a little bit smaller just to create the breath, beautiful. If you start breathing and you're feeling it, you want to keep deepening the pose, also beautiful. We're going to stay for one more breath. When you breathe out, flow down, chaturanga. Breathe in for your upward facing. Exhale out, downward facing dog. Inhale as you step forward with your left foot, warrior one. So if you've taken some of the other classes, you kind of know the basics of what to do in warrior one. Right now, all about inhales and exhales. So remember, keep that constriction of the back of your throat. Focus on breathing almost from your belly. You're trying to keep the air not just up in your upper lungs where anxious breath happens, but way down low, so you're breathing more fully from the bottom of your lungs. We'll go for another breath in. When you breathe out, come through, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pick up your heels, breathe in. Bend your knees, breathe out, walk back to your feet with your hands. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. One more time, inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to plank. Inhale, take that shift over your wrists. Exhale for chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Right foot, warrior one. Take a deep breath as you reach up. Exhale, come down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward dog, breathe out. Warrior one, left side. Inhale to step. When you breathe out, you flow, chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. We'll go one more time, heels up. Bend your knees, take your hands to the back of your mat. Inhale for chair, just one. Bow down, breathe out. Halfway up, take an inhale. Walk it out as you exhale. Breathe in as you lean. Breathe out as you bend, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Breathe out, down dog. Warrior one, right side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, flow. One breath per movement all the way through to the other side. So notice, step forward, warrior one. You guys know, even if you feel lost, that's okay. Way more about breathing and moving at your own flow of breath. So if you breathe faster than me, if you breathe slower than me, beautiful. You want to honor your own flow here. Let's take a moment just to reconnect. Slow it all down a little bit. Tiptoe your feet towards your hands. Make your way to the top. Bend your knees till you can catch hold of your toes here. Inhale, lift your chest halfway. Exhale, fold over deeply. So we'll hold this forward fold for a bit. This is again your time to focus on breath. Let everything be all about your breathing right now. So not so much about keeping your hips level or your feet on a certain position. What does it feel like just to focus on inhaling and exhaling to your fullest? Let go of your toes. Scoot your feet somewhere comfortable, in air quotes, comfortable for your chair pose. Take yourself into your low chair. Press your hands together. Inhale. Twist as you exhale. Inhale, open your arms up. Exhale, come to chair pose in the center. Take your hands to your heart. Breathe in, lengthen. And then we twist to the left. Draw your arms apart. Breathe in. Exhale, chair in the center. We're gonna go again. Inhale, hands to heart. Breathe and lengthen. Exhale, you twist right. Inhale, come to center. Hands stay at prayer. You exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, come to chair pose. Reach your arms up high. Forward fold. That was a good place to open your mouth. Let some steam out. Take a gorilla pose. Hands underneath your feet. Let the top of your head drop down. Reconnect with your deep breaths. Let your hands come free. And then we go down to a chaturanga. So step your feet back, get your plank first. Inhale, shift. Exhale, take your push up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, take your right leg up high to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to your nose.
2 more times. Inhale, go up. Exhale, knee to nose. Just feel the breath. Inhale, go up. Exhale, draw your knee in. Step up, low crescent lunge. Take your back knee on the floor. If you're feeling like you really want to push the limits here, you can certainly come up to a regular crescent with your back knee off the floor. This variation, I feel, is a little bit easier to catch the breath in. So you do you. You decide what dimension of the pose you want to be in right now. So for me, this is helping me really tap into that Ujjayi, victorious breath. Let's inhale together, reach your chest up. Exhale, open twist to the right side. So stay with your inhales and exhales here. While you're twisting, your inhale's intention is to create length and lift through your spine. Your exhales might help you create some more rotation. It's way more about the inhale, the lifting and stretching. The exhale, the twisting is secondary. So create that expansion first. Another breath in. On your exhale, come back to center, arms up high. Inhale, pull your elbows to your kidneys, make goalposts. And then press your back knee off the floor, crescent lunge. Some of you might already be here. Take your hands together in front of you. Breathe in, extension. Breathe out as you twist over to the right. Breathe in, take your arms wide open. Breathe out, warrior two. Bonus points if you kept your knee really low. Stay for a few breaths. So in warrior two, what if the only thing you focused on was your breath right now? Even if you're feeling a lot of sensation in your legs. Everyone exhale. Inhale, reverse your warrior two. Keep your front knee low. Breathe out, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale through your nose. Open the valve, let your mouth drop and open that exhale all the way out. Let's move to the other leg, three-legged dog, left leg extends. On your exhale, draw in, knee to face. Inhale, up for three-legged. Exhale, do it again, squeeze. Inhale to stretch. Exhale, draw in nice and tight. Step on up, low crescent on this side. So if you're in a spot where your knee that's on the ground is bothering you, you can always curl up your mat in the center, or you can use a pillow or a towel just to help create a little cushion right there. Sometimes depending on our mat or the surface underneath it might feel a little uncomfy. Always be open to making adjustments here. So once you feel nice and stable with your foundation, breath is really all that matters now. I know when I focus on my breathing, I can start to feel the pose expand all by itself without me really having to think too hard. Maybe that's your experience. Maybe you're just trying to find your breath. That's all good either way. Let's inhale together, stretch up. Exhale to open twist over your left side now. So while you're doing your twist, focus more on the inhales, drawing your chest up. The secondary motion is your exhale, twisting back a little more. We'll stay for a couple more rounds. Hug your belly in, nice and tight, whether you're breathing in or out, keep it engaged. Exhale out. Inhale to center, back to your crescent. Elbows to kidneys, and then press your back knee off the floor. Here we go. Hands together in front of you. Take a deep breath, lean forward. Exhale to twist. Take your arms open, breathe in. And windmill around, warrior two, breathe out. Stay with your ujjayi right now. So see what the experience is like if you stay in the fire. Put more of your awareness, more of your attention on the breath than anything else right now. Exhale out. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Take your left hand up and over. When you release your air, come down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, deep breath. Downward dog, clear it out. Lift your heels. Bend your knees. This time you get to jump to the top. Here we go. Halfway lifts. Exhale, drop down, fold. Take a few breaths on your own. Pick your favorite forward fold. Or if you're really, really working it, you can pick your least favorite. Allow the crown of your head to drop. This is another good place to slow your breathing down, perhaps. Remember to keep your knees a little bent or a lot bent, depending on what your back needs right here. Unbind your hands, exhale. Inhale for mountain pose, arms to the sky. Eagle pose, right leg on top, right elbow underneath. So balance is a lot about where your eyes go. So that term is drishti. So place your drishti on one solid point here while you focus on breath. Mountain pose. Switch sides, eagle pose. So there's something really freeing about having discipline. So when you keep your eyes steady and you only put your awareness on your breath once you've hit the position, you might start to find new levels of the pose. Maybe not, but I always seem to find something new when I strip away the distractions. Mountain pose, take a breath. Let's do standing leg raise. Pick up your right leg, grab onto it. If you're feeling extra fancy, you can grab your toes. Once you've got the grip, open up to the sides with your right knee and your left hand. Next step, you can move your gaze over to your left thumb. And then take it all back to center. Reach your arms up. Kick your right leg forward and then kick it up as you do little exhales to pulse. Really squeeze your core. Exhale, kick up for 3, 2, 1. Pull it up and then kick it straight back. Airplane pose. Reach your arms back too. So for me, I'm struggling with my balance today. But honestly, I feel like if the intention is to breathe, then everything is going perfectly. It doesn't matter how many times you fall out of the pose. You put your attention on one thing. Do your best to keep it intact throughout class. Let's move to half moon. Rotate open to the right side. Kick your right leg up and over. Right arm to the ceiling. You can practice coming up onto fewer fingers of your bottom hand. Maybe none. See what happens. 3. Breathe, y'all. 2. 1. Forward fold. Shake it off. Mountain pose. Inhale, arms up high. Let's move standing leg raise, opposite side. Grab your left knee or left toes, and then create the stretch, open to the sides. Gaze over to the right. Remember, inhales create extension, so think about lifting your chest up every time you breathe in. Come back through, arms to the sky. We're gonna go through those pulses. Take a breath. Exhale, kick it up for 3, 2, 1. Press everything back, airplane pose. Keep your eyes nice and steady. All about breath right now. So same idea, when you inhale, now your extension comes from kicking your back leg back and reaching your heart forward at the same time. Now we go open, half moon. Play with your balance here and see if focusing exclusively on your breathing does anything new. Maybe you fall over, maybe you hit a new edge. Just observe it. 3, 2, 1. Step down. Mountain pose. Sweep your arms high. Set up for tree pose. Right side. So really activate your foot up against your leg and your leg back into your foot. If your inhales and exhales were all that really mattered in this pose, how would you be doing with that? There are 8 limbs of yoga. The physical postures is really one category of 8. Breath is its own thing. So when you're breathing, you are doing just as much yoga as you are when you're sustaining some shape with your body. It's just as important. Let's switch sides. Go ahead, tree pose on the left. So when you really get acquainted with how the breath links with the different poses in this power flow, you'll notice that every time you inhale, there's some sort of lifting or stretching action. And every time you exhale, it's about squeezing or folding. So when you start to build that familiarity, you can start to create your own yoga practice and feel out the inhale breath is a lengthening, the exhale is a twisting or a squeezing sensation. It's really kind of cool when you get into that. It does take time. Speaking of time, it's time to move on. Reset both feet on the floor. Let's move through a little flow here. Mountain pose, inhale. Forward fold, exhale, notice the squeezing. Inhale, halfway lift, you're lengthening. Exhale, come down, chaturanga, keep it really strong. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky, 3-legged. Exhale, knee to your nose. Step up and lift up. to side angle lunge. So you keep your front knee bent. Catch your breath right here. So next step is triangle. You might have to remove your elbow from off of your thigh. Use your hand either on a prop or use your leg as your prop today. So on your inhale, press your chest away from your hips. Try to create the action of length. You exhale, squeeze your belly tight. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, pivot all the way to the back of your mat. Take a big step up. Mountain pose facing the back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out. Step or jump back, take your plank to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees, jump to the top. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step back again, plank pose. Breathe in here. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Let's do the other leg, this time facing the back. Three-legged dog, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Step through, side angle. So setting up front knee or back knee, depending on how you're looking at it. This is the new front of your mat, so we'll call it the front. Next step for your side angle is to transform it. Becomes triangle. Unbend your left knee. So even when you're holding positions, you can still feel the flow of breath. Inhales create space. Exhales create strength. Breathe in to come all the way up. Angle your feet towards the back of your mat. So you're going to pyramid pose with your left foot at the front, right foot at the back. Here we go. Inhale, stretch your heart forward. Exhale, drop your heart down and drop your head too. We're gonna hold pyramid pose, focusing exclusively on breath. So here's the deal, in your pyramid pose, while you're breathing, you can almost imagine, or you can literally do this, create the halfway lift when you breathe in, and then you fold over again when you breathe out. So if you do this action of inhale, length, exhale, deepen, you might create a deeper version of pyramid because you're using your breath as a tool. We'll do one more. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, go down deeper. Stay in this depth here for one cycle of inhale. And exhale. Press yourself up to standing. Take your feet, face the left edge of your mat, side facing, wide-legged fold. You might scoot your feet wider than when they started. And then go ahead, you can use your hands on the ground. You can grab your big toes. You can do firefly if that's what you're working on. You have plenty of opportunities to play right here. No matter what thing you choose to do, create that action. Your inhales give you space. Your exhales give you some more stability. We'll stay for a few more cycles. All right, if you're playing in upside down mode or in your firefly, time to come back. Let's all meet standing up and then adjust your feet so you're facing the front of your mat. the original front of your mat. Now your right leg is at the front, left leg back. Let's do another pyramid. Breathe in, stretch your chest forward. Breathe out, take it on down. And you are in total control here. So you can either create that same thing, your inhales for halfway, exhales folding, or you can stay folded and almost imagine that same thing happening without all the way lifting up. You're just thinking length on your inhale and depth on your exhale. Length on your inhale, depth on your exhale. 2 more times. One more time. Breathe out. Lift yourself to standing up. Take a big step, and then we reach up. Mountain pose. Inhale deeply. Bow forward. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back for plank pose. Set your forearms on the ground, forearm plank. So now focus again on breathing. Inhale right here. Exhale, side plank, right hand down, left hand up. Inhale, come back through. Exhale, switch sides. Inhale to center. Exhale, rotate to the right. Maybe you take a leg up. Come back through as you breathe. Switch to the other side, side plank. Take your leg if you're feeling fancy. Come back to center, forearm plank. Breathe in. Slowly lower your lower body down. Keep your heart lifted. Sphinx pose. So you might have to adjust your elbows. You want your elbows underneath your shoulders right here. And while you're pressing down, press your elbows back so your shoulders connect. If this feels like too much, you can also do cobra variation. So your hands come down instead of your forearms. Lift your chest. Same idea, just not as intense. So we'll stay for a few rounds of breath. While you're here, if you feel any pressure in your low back, what you want to do is actually lift and squeeze your belly. So I don't know if you can see, but I'm actually tilting my tailbone down, hugging my abs in while I'm doing this motion. So it's keeping my low back nice and long rather than putting all the pressure there. That feels like a lot. So keep your belly engaged. Bring the breath back if you lost it. We'll stay for another inhale. Exhale, make a diamond shape with your hands. Lay your nose in that diamond. So we'll stay for a cycle here. Exhale out. Breathe in. On your breath out, press yourself up. Now we're going to locust pose. You can do the cricket arms, super yogi arms, or airplane arms. This time your legs are in the game, so squeeze them. Stay and breathe in. Exhale, come down. 2 more with breath. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Final round. Inhale, lift. Stay lifted, bend your knees. New pose now, floor bow. Kick back into your hands. If you need to do one at a time, that's perfect. Exhale, lower. One more time, floor bow. Draw your feet up towards the ceiling. Remember to keep your belly in. Take a breath. Exhale. Now you can fully let go of your feet. Move them back and forth. Felt like I needed a cleansing breath. Take your hands back like you're doing up dog. That is what's next. Might be the hardest up dog of class. Go ahead and press yourself up. Squeeze your belly. Take a breath. Slow motion, down dog as you exhale. Inhale, lift up your heels. Exhale, bend your knees. Now's the time to practice jumping or crawling through. Take a bridge. If you're extra lucky and you have a block or a firm pillow, you can put it underneath your sacrum here. That would be your lazy bridge. If you're in active bridge, good for you. We're in this together, no matter which one you're doing. Okay, so you can stay in this bridge or you can come up to a wheel. Wheel would be hands on the floor, maybe wider than your mat, just a little bit, especially if you have broad shoulders. If you're going to wheel, now's the time. And regardless of whether you chose wheel or you're in lazy bridge, deep breaths. You can even close your eyes if that helps you tune into breathing. We're going to stay for 3 more. 2 more. Same thing, inhales for length, exhales for strength, and this time, let your body come down gently. Take a butterfly position. Let your feet touch. This is a good place to possibly connect with your heartbeat. It's been a while since you've been lying down. You were lying down at the start of class. Just see how this sensation feels a little different. Check in with how your breath feels. I know for myself right now, I feel a lot more aware of the sensations of breathing, especially after being in a challenging pose. Move from butterfly to happy baby. You can grab your feet or your knees. Give yourself a rock back and forth. Let go of your legs. Extend them up towards the ceiling. Move your fingertips behind your head. Take a full inhale. Exhale, lift your shoulders off the mat. Inhale, lower them back down. Exhale, crunch up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, crunch up. This time, stay up and take some little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your shoulders lifted. Drop your right foot. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees. And then come up to a boat position. You can have your hands resting on your backs of your legs if you need to for your setup. Next step would be to let that go. So pick the points on the space in front of you that you want to stare at. That's your drishti point, so stay committed to it. And amp up your ujjayi. So just like every other pose, use your inhales as fuel to lift your chest up, maybe lift your toes up, and your exhale to squeeze tighter. Inhale to lift. Exhale to squeeze. 1 more round. Inhale, come to your highest point. Exhale, squeeze tighter. Inhale, take your low boat. And this time, exhale to lay out, arms up and over. Give your knees a squeeze. Move back and forth until you meet in a downward facing dog. Let's set up for double pigeon. So double pigeon, take your left leg on the bottom, your right leg on top. Look something like this right here. Maybe your knees are really propped up. If that's the case for you, you can use a pillow underneath your left knee, or you can extend your left leg out straight. Both of those are really, really good options. Notice if your top ankle wants to curl in, scoot it out to the side. So once your body is situated, I invite you to close your eyes. And observe the feelings in your body when you just focus on your breath. So part of the power of focusing on your breathing is the effect that it has on your nervous system. So, if in my case, whenever I've had a temper or something that sets me off, there was a coworker I had who would always tell me to stop and take 5 deep breaths. And I didn't really know at the time, but it was a physiological response. When you regulate your breathing, you're telling your body that you are safe. It's all good. There's no need for fight or flight. You move from the chest, fluttery, anxious breath to deep, safe, stable belly breath. Go ahead and switch legs. So your breath is something that you have as a tool to help you calm everything down and remind your body and your mind that you're safe, even when you're in a really intense stretch or a really intense strength building pose like a chair or chaturanga. If you can use your breath as your assistant, you might find some peace in those experiences. So if any of you watching train jujitsu, you probably know. If you don't know, then I'm sure the time will come when you find yourself holding your breath from trying too hard or focusing too intensely or feeling lost. Some of the biggest breakthroughs can come from releasing that mode of trying and just being. Be in your breath and see what happens. Take your top leg, extend it out to the side. Single leg seated forward fold. Go ahead and adjust your body. We'll flow with breath here too. So inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, fold your chest towards your extended foot. So if you have tight hamstrings, that's okay if you put your attention on your breathing. Instead of judging the feeling that you're feeling, just say, hey, I see you. I'm going to inhale and exhale. Instantly, I felt some of my tightness relax. Breathe in to come up to seated. Breathe out, switch your feet. Make your adjustments. Inhale, lengthen your back. Exhale, walk your chest forward. And kind of like that pyramid here, you can inhale to stretch. Exhale to fold deeper. Press up. Take a butterfly stretch. Soles of your feet together, knees open. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, you can stay there or you can start walking your hands forward. So I trust you've got the position. Doesn't matter how high up your knees are. Put all your awareness on slowing down your breath. Inhale, come up. Extend both legs out straight in front of you. Inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, seated forward fold. So if you consider, like if you have a set number of breaths in this body, it's definitely worth your while to lengthen and deepen them as much as possible. So you have as many breaths, or you get to spread them out over longer periods. Give your body those signals that it's all good. Breathe out one more time. Inhale, walk your hands back for reverse tabletop. If you prefer reverse plank with your legs straight out, you can do that too. Drive your hip bones up as you inhale. Set your booty down as you exhale. Take your legs up. So you can do a waterfall position just like this. You can roll back into a plow pose, practice that. Or you can go in the middle, meet in shoulder stand. If you're going for shoulder stand, put the weight over your upper arms. So rather than having your feet piped over your head, if you're going for the pike, try to take your feet all the way to the floor. If you're in the waterfall, no pressure, you can stay right where you are. Breathe in. Exhale, make your way down. Keep your knees drawn in. Breathe. Take your arms out, supine twist. Exhale out. Stay here for a breath in. On your exhale, move through center and switch. Come back through, take a butterfly position, reclined style. And just like you started, take your arms overhead. Extend your body out long. Breathe here. And on your exhale, take your hands down by your sides. Let your feet relax. Let your shoulders relax. Let your eyes close. And right here, the breath can fall away. Let your ujjayi disappear. And focus on breathing slowly, really quietly. So in this Shavasana pose right here, your final resting pose, the breath is a little different. So there is still an intention in this easy breathing. But now, rather than creating muscle actions with every inhale and exhale, allow every breath you take to be your focus with the intention of relaxing. Almost like a sigh of relief every time you let your air flow out. We'll stay for just a moment longer. Enjoy what it feels like to be here. Nothing but you and your breath. And some gentle movements to your fingers and your toes. Start to amp up your breath, not with ujjayi, but just with a full inhale. Let your belly round. Open your mouth to exhale. Hug your knees in. Make your way to infant's pose on your right side. And then come up to a seated position. If your eyes opened up, you can close them back down. Take your hands to heart center. And on your breath in, here in this seated position, lift your heart and the crown of your head up. We will close our practice with one final Om. Release your air. Fill up. Take your thumbs to your third eye. Thank you for joining me for this practice. I hope you got to experience some new depths in your breathing, especially. The light in me sees, honors, and loves the light in you. Namaste. I feel very chill right now. I hope you're feeling nice and refreshed. If you have any questions, as always, you can certainly ask. I gotta say, breath is something that took a while for me to really get in yoga practice. So if that's something that you are kind of struggling with, just know that that's normal. Especially if you're learning the poses, you're kind of getting familiar with the basic positions. Breath can be the last thing on your mind. So if you need any support, any tips, anything at all, please let me know. You can always go back and revisit our classes on the YouTube channel. So go back and experiment. Just see if you can apply some of that breath work, especially to like the twisting practice or the side bending practice. See if you can feel that change of intention with inhale versus exhale. You guys, it's been a pleasure hosting this class for you all. I'm back again tomorrow, 7:30. If you need anything, let me know, and I'll see you back on the mat. Have an awesome rest of your day.